Welcome back, troglodytes, to the Trogly's Guitar Show. Today we have a PRS SE Series Custom 24 that is an exclusive to Sweetwater. This is a brand new guitar, so what is it doing on my show? Well, a fan of the show just fell in love with this custom version that only Sweetwater special ordered. Now, unfortunately, Sweetwater would not ship this one overseas, so they asked me if I would take hold of it for them, do the review, and then ship it to them over in France. Now, with all the site's restrictions on rosewood and whatnot, I did lay out the dangers in sending this guitar over, but he really liked this guitar and wanted to take the chance anyways. So why don't we review a brand new custom PRS 24 before it makes its journey? First off, since I don't cover a lot of PRS guitars, what on earth even is a PRS SE? PRS is generally a USA manufacturer, but the SE lineup is their budget guitars that are made overseas. This particular one was made in Korea at the World Musical Instruments Company. So that makes these like the Epiphone to the Gibson, or like Fender's import models. But it makes classic guitar designs available for a less expensive price. Now, this one, it's like one of the higher end SEs, so it's not like an Epiphone special or something. It's still quite a very nice guitar. The base lineup from PRS mainly consists of flame tops. You have the fire red burst finish, gray black, tobacco sunburst, Trampas green, and whale blue. But Sweetwater picked up the phone and said,
"Hey Paul, we like what you're doing, but we want a better exclusive run. Love Sweetwater."
So what they custom ordered was a quilt top. That way it's different than all the flame tops that are out there. And as you can see, this is a pretty nice quilted top right here. It's got some decent action going on. But another exclusive spec just to the Sweetwater run is you also have a quilted maple veneer over the headstock finished in the same Trampas green color. So it's kind of like one of those matching headstock strats. These guitars are a maple top with a mahogany back, usually multi-pieced. This one even has some figuring within the wood. It appears to be a two-piece body. And you have a maple neck with a rosewood fretboard. But Sweetwater actually has another one of these out there that is their own limited edition that has a sweet rosewood top. I don't know about you guys, but I think this one looks awesome, and if I was gonna buy one, it probably would have been that, because it reminds me so much of the Brazilian rosewood top customs from the mid-70s that I've done a few reviews on. But all of these guitars are equipped with PRS's 8515 pickups, and you also have a feature on your tone knob here that acts as a coil split switch. Now, I think this guitar sounds pretty good in humbucker mode. For my own personal tastes, I felt the coil split switch, it was a little bit too bright sounding, but your ears might vary. Along with the master tone, you have the master volume and a three-way blade switch for neck, neck and middle, and bridge. The fit and finish of this guitar, I mean, it's really nice. I mean, these things aren't cheap. They run anywhere between $779 and $829 brand new. And it essentially feels like a really high-end Epiphone because that's what I'm a little bit more familiar with. But it plays and sounds great. So now that we know a little bit more about this guitar, let's go ahead and briefly hear how it sounds. Now that we know how this guitar sounds, let's take a little bit closer of a look to this. This is a brand new guitar, so we're not really looking for condition flaws. This is more so for somebody that just wants to see what it'd be like to hold one of these in their hands. Again, you have the quilted maple veneer on the top of the headstock, finished in that same green color. You have PRS branded tuners with the custom truss rod cover here, as well as the Paul Reed Smith logo and the SE. You have a black synthetic nut, and you have the Epiphone styled binding along the neck and the nut here. The frets do not have fret edge binding. That's mainly a Gibson thing, but it's something that I noticed right away. But nice dark piece of rosewood on this one. I didn't oil it or anything. And you have the bird inlays, which is the PRS thing in general, so it's nice that this one has that. Now, one thing I do want to knock on Sweetwater about is in their listing, it says it has white binding, and they make a pretty big deal about it, and they continuously call it white, white, white. I don't know about you guys, but I consider this cream. But that's just me nitpicking the design, so I have something to talk about. But overall, I think the body looks pretty good here. This does have a tremolo bridge. Back of the headstock, you've got all this writing saying it was made in Korea and where it was made, as well as the serial number here. But you have the traditional PRS headstock shape. And the Sweetwater description, it says this is a wide, thin neck. Personally, I think it's beefier than thin, but it's not quite, thick either. I would classify this as more of a rounded medium profile. Definitely not shredder thin. You don't really have any figuring going on with the maple, or at least not a lot. But the mahogany back, I do like this. That's got some decent figuring to it. I didn't tear this guitar apart. I didn't know if the owner wanted me to do that or not. But you do have a light comfort carve here. It's not something that you'll see at all angles, so I think visually that is appealing, but you can see it when you get to the light. These do not come in cases, they come in gig bags, but I mean, this isn't just some slip cover. I mean, it's actually fairly decent. It's not as good as the Taylor hard gig bags, but you can see in here, I mean, it's fairly plush. It'll definitely protect it gig to gig, but I would probably suggest upgrading to a hard shell case if you're gonna do some serious gigging. You've got a nice handle right here. You also have another better handle right here. You have a zippered pouch. Here's what it'll come with brand new. You've got a little cord that seems kind of cheap, a truss rod adjustment tool, as well as your whammy bar. And something else that's nice, besides the two handles, you also have backpack straps. So this really isn't a gig bag to turn your nose up at. I mean, it's got a lot of nice features, including these rubber bumpers. So if you're looking to purchase one of these guitars, Sweetwater does have two really cool runs, but I'm sure you can get the other ones from other vendors as well. I hope this video helped you if you were looking to purchase one, and if not, hey, we got to take a look at a PRS guitar. Thank you, Troglodytes, for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.